Baku, the stunning capital of Azerbaijan, is one of the best stops on a trip to Europe. With a beautiful 20 kilometers, 65,616 feet, long coastline, this unique city has so much to offer to travelers, from beaches and volcanoes to a cityscape where the ancient meets the new. In this article, you'll find out all about the best places to visit in Baku as well as what to do in Baku depending on your interests. I hope the information will inspire you and help you prepare the perfect trip to this amazing hidden gem of Europe. 7 Museum of Miniature Books. Right next to the Palace of the Shervanshahs is one of the most unique things to see in Baku, the Museum of Miniature Books, the only one of its kind in the entire world. This museum displays over 6,500 tiny books personally collected by Zarifa Salahova over the last 30+ years. You can find books from over 60 countries in this museum, including a miniature version of the Quran, a Russian book that can only be read with a magnifying glass, and the Constitution of Azerbaijan, published by Salahova herself. This museum has also been awarded a Guinness Book of Records certificate as the largest collection of miniature books. Make sure to not miss it when you're wandering around the old city. Number 6. Palace of the Shervanshahs. The ancient Palace of the Shervanshahs is one of the most famous places in Baku for a good reason. UNESCO named it a pearl of Azerbaijani architecture. Built in the 15th century and restored in 2003, this palace is home to a pavilion named Divankana, a mausoleum, a mosque that the Shah used to visit, burial vaults, and the ruins of a bathhouse. Don't forget to visit the terrace of the palace too. From there, you'll be able to see the futuristic flame towers rising behind the palace's mosque and ancient monuments. As you can tell, you'll be able to see this blend of the old and the new a lot in Baku. But this view from the terrace is definitely one of the most fantastic ones. The Palace of the Shervanshahs is located in the heart of Icarusher. I highly recommend taking a stroll around this entire old city. You'll come across lots of friendly vendors, beautiful ancient monuments, and will also find tons of splendid viewpoints of the flame tower hovering in the background. Number 5. Icarusher Fortress Walls. Icarusher, the old city of Baku, is enclosed by some majestic fortress walls built in the 12th century. The fortress itself is actually the biggest one in the Absheron Peninsula, and is also a part of the UNESCO World Heritage. While these walls used to stretch for 1,500 meters, 4,921 feet, back in the days, they're 500 meters, 1,640 feet, long today. I highly recommend taking a scenic stroll along these fortress walls, especially in the morning when it's extra peaceful. You will see a spectacular view of the flame towers rising behind these old walls, and this mix of ancient and modern architecture is truly unique and breathtaking. Number 4. Hadar Aliyev Center. If you're interested in learning about the history and culture of Azerbaijan, then visiting the Hadar Aliyev Center should absolutely be on your list of top things to do in Baku. Azerbaijan has seen a lot of cultural and artistic developments over the last centuries, and the visual exhibitions in this museum do them great justice. Centuries of history are broken down into beautiful charts and videos that are engaging and easy to follow. It was genuinely interesting to learn, and it's something you'd enjoy even if you're not a museum person. Walking around, you'll also find out more about the life of Hadar Aliyev, the former president of the country. This cultural hub isn't just visually pleasing from the inside. Its exterior facade is also an amazingly unique piece of modern architecture. I recommend walking around this structure to see its fascinating curves from different angles. You'll also see lots of chances to get creative with photography. Of all the Baku tourist spots, the Hadar Aliyev Center is definitely the most educational and visually striking one. Number 3. Maiden Tower. Of all of Baku's famous places, the one I found the most fascinating is the mysterious UNESCO World Heritage Site of Maiden Tower. Located in the heart of Icarusher, the old city, this monument has been the subject of debate among scientists for centuries. The interesting thing is that no one knows for sure when the tower was built, what it was built for, or even how it got its name. Some scientists claim it was built for fortification, others believe that it was actually a Zoroastrian temple, and other experts think it was used as an observatory. It's also commonly speculated that this structure dates back to the 12th century, although, again, no one knows that for certain. Despite all these uncertainties, This tower remains a symbol of Baku and is even found on the Azerbaijani banknote. There are tons of interesting historical facts displayed inside this tower, and you can decide for yourself what it was built for during your visit. In fact, the tower is a museum today with an engaging historical exhibition on each floor. Number 2, Hadar Mosque. Another one of Baku's must-see places is the gorgeous Hadar Mosque. Although it's a bit out of the way, a 20-minute drive from the old city, its striking architecture is absolutely worth seeing. This mosque is huge, and you can walk around the complex to see its magnificent architecture from different angles. What I loved about it the most is that I didn't see any other tourists there. The vibe was very quiet and peaceful, and I heard it gets even more calming at night, when the mosque is spectacularly lit up. Unfortunately, the inside of the mosque isn't open to the public, but its exterior facade alone is one of the most impressive sights of Baku. Number 1, Highland Park. Of all the Baku tourist attractions, Highland Park is, in my opinion, the most spectacular one. Located on top of a long and wide flight of stairs, this park is also known as the Viewing Square because it truly offers the most breathtaking and magnificent views of the Caspian Sea, the iconic flame towers, and the entire city. There are also benches all around the large viewing platform, and the atmosphere there is super peaceful and relaxing. You can sit down, chill, and chat with some friendly locals before moving on to other parts of the park. Highland Park is huge, and there's also a section where you can see the iconic flame towers rising behind the minarets of Mosque of the Martyrs. This unique view of old meets new is truly something remarkable, and it's one of the reasons I fell in love with Baku.